Hey guys, I'm Simon Gill, the creator of Akele Saath Mein, and today we're going to do not a live. Hey guys, this is Simon Gill. I'm the creator of Akele Saath Mein, and today I'm hosting Akele Saath Mein special session where I'll be talking with the actors and the creators. We'll have some chit chat, we'll have some gupshup about some behind the scenes stuff, the auditions, what went through the process of the series, and how everything came into being. So if you haven't checked out our series, the links are in the description below. We released 5 episodes. If you like them, share them with your friends, hit that subscribe button, like our video, and keep supporting our channel. I'm really excited and I'm really thankful for the team who are able to make it today and dedicate their time for this special session. And even though especially it's a really tough time right now, everybody is quarantining and the only way we can talk is through video conference. So they have been generous enough to give us special time, and I'm really thankful for that. So let's jump into it and let's start talking to them. So right now we have Daud Niaz, our co-creator, and we have Danish Faruqi, our main actor, and we have RJ, the most loved roommate, and we have Monica Sharma, the Tully queen. So hey, hello everybody, thank you for joining me today.
Yeah.
I would like to have like a quick introduction with you guys. So if you Daud can start and you can just go along, introduce yourself, tell us about your role, and Daud, you want to start?
Yeah. My name is Daud Niaz, and I am the co-creator of Akele Saath Mein, slash scriptwriter. Or, but I mean, for now, that's what I'm doing, and it's a lot of work. But we tried really hard, और कोशिश करते हैं कि जैसे भी बेहतर हो सके करें. That's about what I do, and I mean, इसके अलावा और क्या कह सकता हूँ मैं?
Okay, Danish, you want to go?
Hey everyone, my name is Danish Faruqi. I play Yamar. I'm the very depressed person you see in the trailer walking around the city, like, and watching the bright lights. That's what I do.
RJ?
Yeah, hi, I'm Samrat Dhar and I'm RJ. I'm the fun roommate of Danish Faruqi, aka Yamar. He just watches lights. I kind of bask in them. I have a fun time. I'm always having my best life out there, and hopefully he'll learn someday from me something. At least itna sa thoda bahut.
And Monica.
Guys, I am Monica and I play Amal in the series, and I am the most quirky character you've ever met on the internet.
Okay, cool. So first thing first, I think I would start by like me and Daud, we go back way back. We met in Pakistan, and we became friends, and we had this love for storytelling, and we already worked on क्या है वो short film थी? We worked on a short film together, right? The Merge.
Yeah, we actually did.
So after that I think it was a very
Zindagi.
नहीं यार वो पाकिस्तान में थी, मैं यहाँ की बात कर रहा हूँ.
Oh yeah, उधर भी हाँ इधर भी हम लोग पाकिस्तान वाली की बात करें.
पाकिस्तान
So
में
yeah, we worked on the short film.
so we worked on a short film, और उसके बाद से we loved it, and he's basically the brains behind everything that I do. Like he has like all those crazy ideas. और I remember अकेले साथ में के लिए like we had long call sessions, और उसमें से क्या कहते हैं like it was hard to figure out like how we wanted to do it. लेकिन हमने क्या किया कि I remember Halloween आ रही थी और we had 1 month, and I was just thinking about it. और Halloween में क्या हुआ था कि I had this idea about एक आदमी है, the world is celebrating, the world is celebrating, and then on the other side this guy who wants to commit suicide. That was the first idea I had in mind. And then we started talking कि यार क्योंकि it's so metaphorically beautiful कि we all have this fake identity. अंदर क्या है किसी के दर्द है किसी को नहीं पता. तो I just built this idea around, and that was episode 4, spoiler alert. That was the first thing we wrote was episode 4, right? एंड एपिसोड 4 लिखने के बाद और वो भी सिर्फ एक ओपनिंग सीक्वेंस दैट यू सी इन द एपिसोड यू नो कि ही इज वॉकिंग
सीक्वेंस ही लिखा था.
या वी जस्ट रोट द ओपनिंग सीक्वेंस वी डिडंट हैव द होल एपिसोड yet तो उस ओपनिंग सीक्वेंस को लेके आई वाज लाइक क्योंकि हैलोवीन आ रही है एंड इफ आई मिस दिस हैलोवीन आई वोंट बी एबल टू यू नो लाइक पुल इट ऑफ वी हैव टू वेट अनदर ईयर तो हम वो हैलोवीन के लिए हमने
हम लोगों ने नहीं किया.
हाँ
मैंने कहा जो थैंकफुली हमने नहीं किया, अदरवाइज पता नहीं क्या होना था.
या अदरवाइज ये मेरे ख्याल से स्टोरी का आइडिया भी नहीं होता वी वुड हैव बीन वर्किंग ऑन समथिंग एल्स.
वो वाला जो शॉट था वो लेना इतना जरूरी था और आप लोग सोच रहे होंगे कि लाइक ये क्या लाइक डायरेक्शनलेस हेडलेस चिकन्स की तरह इधर-उधर फिर रहे हैं, बट यू नो व्हाट वी वर जस्ट विंगिंग इट एट दैट पॉइंट. उस वक्त हमें बस ये था कि वो जो सीन था ना वो इतना इंपॉर्टेंट था क्योंकि जो फिनोमेना होता है ना कि जी दुनिया सारी खुशियां मना रही है एंड देयर इज दिस पर्सन हु इज probably devastated with whatever events must have taken place in his or her life, or he's just alone. Fun fact, right? If I'm the brains behind the whole crazy ideas, Simon has this thing about names. He can name anything really well. I mean, obviously, isko thoda sa inspire hone ki zarurat hai, but once he gets like into it or properly inspired hota hai, and it's like, you know, frequency match hoti hai, तो लड़का बहुत खूबसूरत नाम देता है, बहुत ही ज़हीन लड़का है.
बहुत शुक्रिया दाऊद थैंक यू
Single भी है, just to let you guys know.
बट एनीवे सो माई पॉइंट वाज वो हमने पहला सीन लिखा था हैलोवीन वॉक का एंड आई न्यू वी हैड 1 month सो वी स्टार्टेड डूइंग ऑडिशंस हमने ऑडिशन कॉल रख दिया कि वी जस्ट वांटेड एन एक्टर कि वो सीन कर ले एंड वी डिडंट हैव द स्क्रिप्ट वी डिडंट नो वेयर द स्टोरी वाज गोइंग राइट तो हमने ऑडिशन कॉल डाली एंड देन वी हैड लाइक ऑलमोस्ट सो आई थिंक वी डिवाइडेड इनटू लाइक प्री हैलोवीन ऑडिशंस एंड देन पोस्ट हैलोवीन ऑडिशन राइट सो
Yeah.
I think Danish was the only person who was in the pre-Halloween audition, and Baki, Monica, and Samrat they joined later on. And so I feel like I would want to know like the audition experiences here. Okay, what was your experience, Danish Faruqi, like coming in and you know telling us doing the audition for the first time? Because I feel like we all also have this tape, right? We have the audition tape. We might play it so people can see.
Okay.
How was your audition?
It was different from most auditions. It's because most of my auditions, I usually walk into a studio that most directors and actors know, like for example, Pearl Studios, One-on-One Studios, etc., etc. These are very well-known studios that are made for auditioning. For Akele Saath Mein, I was going into this building up like some corporate building. I was like, I have no idea where I am. Am I at the right place? Okay, so then I'm waiting outside the office. I think I'm assuming I'm in the right place, and then I think Simon walks out, and then like, hey, are you here for the audition? So I walk in. Then we talk for a bit, and then I just stand in front of the camera, and then Simon gives me a situation, and then we just improv it. That's it. It was. I mean, you'll see in the tape, but it was the scene with Ami where I'm like talking, and then all that improv. The entire audition was improv. Like,
Wow.
I didn't know where it was gonna go, but that was it. That's nothing else to it.
Yeah, and I want to add like there were two things that we did with the audition. First thing was we didn't have the script, so I cannot give you a script to do the monologue, right? Because we never wrote it. The second thing was I felt like it is a good exercise. And I'm trying to justify my position, you know. It is a good exercise. You can see how intellectual they are. Like, how can they come up with if you just give them a situation? And I feel like Danish did a good job. Danish just blew us away with his, like, me and Daud, we saw the tapes, right? We have all the actors. Do you want to add something, like, when we were going through the final selection?
Yeah, pata hai baat kya hai? Funny thing, I mean, we had a few auditions, and some of these people were good. I mean, we're not gonna lie, right? अच्छे थे. But the fact was कि जो Simon ने भी थोड़ी देर पहले बात की है, that you were probably the only person that actually tapped into exactly what we were looking for. And I think maybe that was the only thing that we needed at that point. We needed somebody else also that believed in the same character, in the same way that we did. कि हमारे पास लिखा लुखा तो कुछ भी पढ़ा नहीं हुआ था. We were just winging it from there. So, I mean, you probably were the inspiration too.
I could also see the honesty in the character, like the way he was like so innocent, you know, in the tape. Because हमें वो innocent character चाहिए था. We know कि एक बंदा एक पाकिस्तान से अगर आया तो he feels lost, and you had that look, like, you know, on his face कि यार ये बंदा वैसे ही lost.
ज़रा flattering नहीं लग रहे थे उस दिन. But yeah, it is.
मेरा नाम दानिश फारूकी है। कर क्या रहा अपनी जिंदगी से? भाई वहां पहुंच गया, मैं अभी तक ये धक्के खा रहा हूं। काफी बर्दाश्त हो चुका हूं। क्या करूं? हैं? अम्मी? हाँ जी, अस्सलाम वालेकुम अम्मी। हाँ ठीक है। अभी कल भी आप ग्रोसरी लेंगे, अभी ले लें। हाँ, ठीक है। अम्मी आपका जी नहीं, ठीक है हाँ ठीक है, दाल ठीक है, हाँ ठीक है। नहीं मैंने अभी उससे बात नहीं किया। अम्मी आप सुने जी, अम्मी ठीक है, मैं काम से फारिग होकर मैं आ जाऊँगा। हाँ, ठीक है, अच्छा।
So now we did this pre-Halloween filming, right? Danish, we had the main actor, and then we had a lot of other struggles between that, right? Finding the actors, because वो Halloween में actors भी थी, and I don't think we should talk about those because there were like some moments so it was hard for us to do it, and then we were like, oh, we need to make sure we find the right actress. And then finally I went online again, I posted that, and then Monica comes into the picture, and I think Samrat also comes into the picture during that process. So I would say, Samrat, you go first, and then we can go to Monica. So what was your experience like?
I get a call from Simon. So backstage पर मेरे कुछ pictures थी, and कुछ मैंने पहले जो काम किया था, a few short films और videos जो कुछ बनाए थे, skit छोटे वगैरह, वो कुछ थे उस पर. And I saw this posting and I was like, okay, RJ character का नाम है, doesn't say much, it just says that he's a fun guy and all. I'm like, all right, I don't think that'll be too hard to play fun guy. But मेरी audition as such phone पर हुई, because one day I get a call from Simon and he's like, hey, I'm Simon and I saw your pictures online and this, and I think you are good for RJ. And I was like, okay, great. So how do I audition? And he's like, I'm already talking to you right now, and that's basically the audition. I'm like, what? Are you sure? I think you have the face and you will pull off RJ. I've seen some of your work previously, जो किया है तुमने. And I was all right. That was my audition experience. Unless you guys have some notes to share, which I'm not aware of.
I have.
Okay.
खुदा करता है कि मैंने तुम्हारी कोई टेप नहीं देखी, मुझे बस साइमन ने बोला, he's like, you know what, we found RJ. I'm like, you sure? He's like, you know, ये पिक्चर है लड़की की, देख लो, 2 पिक्चर्स भेजी, तुम्हारा साइड पोज है, ग्रे कलर की शर्ट में ख्याल में पहनी हुई है, right? And you're like, I'm like, अच्छा ठीक है, I mean like देखने में सही है, I mean मतलब जो भी हम लोग चाह रहे थे, I mean you were hitting it, right? I'm like, he's like, बिल्कुल सही है. मैं कहा, आवाज कैसी है, डिलीवरी कैसी, कोई ना कोई तो छोटी-छोटी वीडियो हो, नहीं तो भाई रहने दे, ये सही है. Because the thing is with me and Simon, right? हमारा वो एक क्या कहूँ या ये यंग कह दूँ या कुछ भी ऐसा हमारा क्लास चलता रहता है. हम लड़ते रहते till we, you know, common ground ढूंढते. वो common ground इतना perfect होते दोनों के लिए कि वो दोनों बड़े आराम से फिर रहे होते हैं और काम हमारा सही हो जाता है. तो I mean उस दिन इसको मुझसे resistance जरा नहीं चाहिए थी. He's like, no, मिल गया, कुछ नहीं होता, यही है RJ. And I'm like, ठीक है भाई, तू सही है, मैं गलत, ठीक है, कर ले जो करना है. And I think बहुत अच्छा decision था.
Thank you.
बहुत अच्छा था. I mean ease एक होती है comic timing में, आप कोशिश करते हैं, like you're trying too hard and people can see that. Ease से जो तुम करते हो ना, वो बहुत खूबसूरत है. बड़ा natural flow out होता है और आगे भी please करते रहें. हमारे प्रोजेक्ट को बहुत जरूरत है उसी ease की, तो आता रहे तो बहुत अच्छा रहेगा. साइमन, आप अब कुछ कहें. आप क्रेडिट ले सकते हैं इस चीज के. आर्टिस्ट आप क्रेडिट ले सकते हैं.
I wouldn't say credit लूँगा मैं, but I would say कि for some reason like he has this look that I didn't even know I was looking for until I saw his face, and I'm like, exactly this is what I'm looking for, you know. Like कभी-कभी होता है ना कि we were not expecting this iPhone, हमें पता था कि वो नोकिया का ज़माना चला था, but once you have this iPhone you're like, no, I'm not going back, I want this now. So I had a weird image in my head.
That's actually a nice comparison. Like iPhone and अलग-अलग phones के साथ comparison हो रही है. That's good to know.
Right? So I feel like, I don't know, maybe it was a gut feeling, maybe it was something I just saw and I was like, मुझे इस बंदे को ही on board लेना. But I'm happy you came, man. I'm glad that you became a part of
really
it.
happy to be part
And
of
now
this, yes.
technically he's also the associate producer on the show, by the way. So he's like helping me behind the scene with other things. So I'm happy that we have this, coordination now. So Monica, our main person.
Mid audition process. I mean, my audition process was like I was a replacement, man. So this is what a replacement looks like.
I didn't want to use that word, but okay.
We understand.
No, I was a replacement in the show. So I'm a stand-up replacement. But it was so funny though. When I met you, Danish and Saeed, we were rehearsing. I mean, it was a rehearsal, and I think I met Samrat during my
Yes.
audition, right?
No,
I met
I don't know if it was the audition. No, maybe not. But
I don't know. I
Okay.
think it was like the second meeting that I had. with
second
him.
meeting, perhaps. Yes.
But the first time that Simon ever talked to me, I still remember I was at the gym and he calls me. I'm like, hey, I'm at the gym, yo. Like, can I call you? Like, he's like, oh, so can I call you back? And I said, no, just talk to me. Like, let me know. So he just like, you really, honestly, I said yes. And I got intrigued to do this project because there was like some kind of authenticity in your voice. Like it seemed like you really wanted to do what you're doing because you wanted to tell an important story. And that's something that I think that caught my attention. Like you wanted to tell a story that was important.
And I think just adding to it, I think you did a self tape, right? You sent us a self tape by email. You never came in person, and I remember you sent 2 self tapes, and Daud get to see it, right? Daud, you want to make any comment? Like when we were talking.
मैं सबसे पहली बात है मोनिका, मैंने तुम्हें चुना था. Simon was like हर जगह फिर रहा था, खुदा जानता है. And I'm gonna say this to you like right on your face. तुम्हारी शक्ल में मुझे 2 चीजें नजर आती हैं. And I'm pretty sure you've heard this before. Rahul Bose, एक तो मुझे मेरा favorite actor है, Indian actor.
I thought he was a singer, no?
I know who he is.
बहुत similarity नजर आती है. I'm like, God, ये तो साक्षात Rahul Bose प्रकट हो गए एक औरत के रूप में, right? So I'm like, wow, this is cool. और दूसरी एक Susan Sarandon वाली चीज मुझे नजर आती है. I'm like, यार दोनों मेरे अखीर actors and they're amazing और मुझे इतने मजे के लगते हैं. I'm like, नहीं, मैं क्या पता नहीं for some reason, right? इसके face की geography जो है मुझे इतनी perfect लग रही है. Simon, पूछो, कहो. And Simon's like, यार पता नहीं यार. अच्छा, मजे की बात है. Simon was like, choose कर रहा है and he's like going through a few people and he's like, मुझे नहीं लगता ये हमें हाँ भी करेगी हमारे project को. मैं कहा भाई तू करके तो देख तेरा क्या जा रहा है भेजने में, हाँ? तो he's like, तो ठीक है कर लेते हैं. और फिर तुम्हारी आती हैं वीडियोस. अब वीडियोस आती हैं और साइमन ने मुझे फॉरवर्ड की क्योंकि साइमन मेरे ख्याल में देख चुका हुआ और मुझे वीडियोस आती हैं और मैंने बंद किए. मैं कहा साइमन थैंक यू, मुझे करेगा कि नहीं करेगा, शुक्रिया अदा करेगा मेरा कि नहीं करेगा, हाँ अच्छी फाइंड थी कि नहीं? तो कहता हाँ नहीं बहुत अच्छी फाइंड थी. बहुत उस वक्त बड़े मुश्किल से बड़े दुख से इसको मानना पड़ा था कि ये ये बिल्कुल कहीं और भटक रहा था एंड आई हैड टू, क्योंकि मैं आई एम द वन दैट गोज अस्ट्रे और इसको मुझे लेके आना पड़ता है प्रोजेक्ट की तरफ. तो पहली बार ऐसा लेकिन नहीं मिल गया पर्सन हमें, नहीं होगा और वही हुआ. इस चीज की मैं क्रेडिट लेता हूँ. अगर आरजे नहीं, आई एम सो सॉरी, अगर सम्राट आप आईफोन हो ना तो ये हमें एंड्रॉइड मिला है, ठीक है?
What?
और ये
क्या कंपैरिजन है?
सैमसंग का एंड्रॉइड है, ये भाई वर्सेटाइल है, इसमें हर किस्म का सॉफ्टवेयर चलता है.
Okay, that's but I
अपनी फाइंड को तुम आईफोन बना के बहुत ही हवा में फेर लेते हैं. नहीं.
No, I definitely agree. I agree. Daud actually pushed me to it. I was kind of like a little confused in the beginning because I've seen different auditions or like I was trying to track to other people, but he was like, "Nee, let's go to her. Let's talk to her." So I think thank you, Daud, for doing that. and you actually stole the show. Like, if we'll read comments later on, like you did a good job, and I personally loved it. So
Hi, my name is Monica Sharma, and I'm reading for the part of Amal today. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Well, please go ahead. Continue. I can't wait. Are you sure? Your puke does smell really bad. What did you eat for dinner yesterday? Like a crab soup, a road salad, a snake juice or something? Okay, I'm sorry, that was rude. I didn't mean to say that. Crab soup is a real thing, by the way. Don't ever try it. Oof. Disgusting. Yeah, please don't. Salatelio! क्या? अच्छा, अभी तो उल्टियां मार रहे थे. क्यों पीते हो इतनी जब बर्दाश्त नहीं होती देव बाबू? मुझे देखो, 4 शॉट डाउन और मैं अभी भी सीधी लाइन में स्ट्रेट चल सकती हूँ.
let's move on to the second question. The second question was actually like, what really intrigued you about the story, and or maybe the whole project itself, like, and why did you decide to take, like, कैसी चीज थी कि भाई, you know, I need to work on this. यार तू तो साथ था, क्रिएटर है.
मुझे शुरू से आया हुआ है जवाब. मेरा जवाब मत रोको.
नहीं रोकेंगे.
मुझे टॉयलेट जाना पड़ जाना. Anyway. The reason I had to do this, right? The reason I was sucked into it was Simon comes up with this thing, right? He's like, ये situation है. और अच्छा, I'm going to use the exact words because और कोई बेहतर नहीं आप समझ सकते. एक लड़का है, अपने आप को मारने वाला है, और उसने बस उसके reasons है अपने आप को मारने वाला. I'm like, ठीक है, and आगे पीछे क्या? He's like, नहीं, कोई आगे पीछे कहानी नहीं है मेरे पास अभी तक. बस ये है कि एक बंदा अपने आप को मारने वाला. मैं कहा अच्छा, तो हम किस चीज में एक्सप्लोर करना चाह रहे हैं? जी मुझे नहीं इस वक्त पता, सोच. I'm like, अच्छा. और he sucks me in with this little thing, right? Bait किया इसने मुझे, so he leaves this bait and I'm like, मैं आके छुपाया है, and I'm like, I'm hooked now. I'm like, मैं छोटी-छोटी चीजें देना शुरू कर दिया. ये वर्ल्ड बिल्डिंग कर रहा है साथ-साथ. अच्छा, उसकी माँ भी है, उसका भाई भी है, नहीं उसका बाप नहीं है, उसके बहन है, भाई है, ये है, वो है, उसके कोई दोस्त है, नहीं है. हम उसी वक्त वर्ल्ड बिल्डिंग में लगे. In the next 30 minutes हमारे पास एक छोटी सी दुनिया बन गई जिसमें ये है, इसके क्या-क्या प्रॉब्लम्स हो सकते हैं, क्या-क्या चीजों की वजह से क्या-क्या रीजंस पेश आ सकते हैं, और ये सब कुछ है. और मैंने कहा यार कहानी इतनी तो नहीं हो सकती. कहते नहीं कहानी इतनी नहीं है, ये तो बस हम लोगों ने एक सिचुएशन को वो किया है. हम लाइक, तो क्या? कहते यार मैं ये बनाना चाहता हूँ. मैंने कहा अच्छा ठीक है, अच्छी बात है. लाइक व्हेन डू यू लाइक किसको इन्वेस्टर वगैरह इधर-उधर लंबे चक्करों में पड़ोगे, पीछे फिल्म. कहते नहीं भाई ये वेब सीरीज बनेगी. मैंने कहा भाई तू ठीक तो है? कहते नहीं भाई ये वेब सीरीज बनेगी. फिर मैंने कहा अच्छा ठीक है वेब सीरीज बनेगी. और फिर ऐसे दिस इज हाउ आई गेट सक्ड इनटू इट. और क्यों मैंने ये किया was because I was emotionally invested into it. मेरे आइडियाज इन्वेस्टेड थे, और अब मुझे कैरेक्टर्स बिल्ड कर दिए थे, और अब मैं कैरेक्टर से डिटैच नहीं हो सकता था. आरजे से डिटैच नहीं हो सकता था, यमर से डिटैच नहीं हो सकता था. और अमल आप तो रहने ही दो ना. अमल आप थोड़ी देर बाद आए थे, कंसीव उस वक्त नहीं एकदम से हुए थे. अमल बिल्कुल उस वक्त कंसीव नहीं थी. अमल थोड़ी देर बाद कंसीव हुई थी. बहुत सारे ट्रायल्स एंड एरर्स के बाद अमल कंसीव हुई है. बट व्हेन शी केम, वो फिर पूरे धड़ल्ले के साथ आई है, फुल पारानाल आई है जब आई है.
Okay.
तो हाँ.
Okay, I mean, the reason I decided to work on this project because I'm a firm believer. I've been living in this country for almost 12 years now, and I've seen what kind of TV is here, and I'm happy to see that, you know, we have a little bit of representation, but it's about time that we tell our stories. You know, Mira Nair says, if we don't tell our stories, no one else will. And it just, I see this every single time I, you know, have an interview or I talk to somebody about anything that I've done. Because it doesn't matter what's the color of your skin, where you come from. We all have heartbreaks. We all fall in love. We fall out of love. And, you know, we all go through things. We all have family issues. We all go through divorces. We all get married. It's just same stories, but different people. And that's the beauty of it. When different cultures have stories and what those stories revolve around and how people are, it's just magic. And I think that I mean, I'm from India, you know, like I'm from somewhere where it's like ding 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 ding, but it's more than that, you know. I don't mind that entertainment is entertainment, but I love to make people feel things without touching them. That's why I act, you know. Wow, you make somebody cry with what you say and how you move your face. It's just magic, man. It's magic.
The reason I accepted it, well, when I came into the audition, Simon told me about the project. He told me about the character Yamar, and based on the conversation, I got how close Yamar is to Simon. So because of his passion for the project, I just said yes. Let's do this. I understand the script hasn't been written. We don't know where this is going, but let's do it, man. It sounds awesome. Let's do it. Yeah.
RJ, I'm sorry, मैं RJ कहता हूँ सम्राट.
नहीं कुछ भी कह रहे हो यार. I mean it's almost like synonymous now, but I was at first intrigued about the character itself, because तुम एक तरफ मुझे बता रहे थे कि the story is about a guy who's sad and he's about to commit suicide. He's attempting to commit suicide and इतनी सारी problems है उसकी life में, and उसके बीच में उसका एक ऐसा दोस्त, एक roommate ऐसा बंदा है who is not doing anything to make it better for him. In fact, he is in some way उसको ridicule कर रहा है, things कर रहा है, and yet he's supposed to add the fun element. I'm like, those things, I don't know how they kind of fall in the same place, but that's what intrigued me first. But if you remember, it took a while for me, honestly. I mean, you had narrated the story, हम मिले भी थे, but it was a while before I actually came on board. I was like, because at that point I was juggling a few other things, and I wasn't sure कि time commitment कितना होगा, क्या होगा. But thankfully I was able to sort those things out, and it happened. But the two best things, or the two most important things that kind of drew me in, was Simon's commitment, because he was just, every time he came up with something new, he would be like, "Arey, हमने ये सोचा है, and you know, this is what you were thought of as before, but now ये ऐसे ऐसे होगा." And I'm like, okay, ये कुछ change हो रहा है, ऐसे तो नहीं था पहले. And he kind of then got me invested in the character itself, and I was like, ये बंदा बहुत, this character is so interesting that I would really like to try it. And I had done a bit of English stand-up comedy in the past, so I wanted to see if I still had that spark in me to just put it on screen. So मैं बोला ठीक है यार, कोशिश की जा सकती है इसके ऊपर.
Wow, no, and you actually brought that spark into the screen, man. And in future episodes, you actually took it to a whole new level. Like हमने कुछ लिखा भी नहीं हुआ है, but you actually, you know, you brought your own character now into the story, which is like amazing. And I hope like in future people get to see that also. And you know, एक और चीज़ मैं इसमें ऐड करना चाहूँगा कि you know, the characters that we have written, me and Daud, somehow like we can relate to them, or we have experienced certain things, or somehow we have met those people in life, you know, जिन्होंने inspire कि हमें इस तरह के, you know, characters, especially dialogues. Daud knows there's so many dialogues. Every dialogue has somewhat inspiration behind something, like, oh, maybe, you know, we would talk about just एक dialogue लेके Daud तो पागल हो जाता था एक dialogue लेके कि oh, there's, you know, there's so much story behind each conversation. So I would want to ask you guys, and like, was there anything that you could relate personally with the character that you played? Like any single thing that was like, oh, you know, I have been through that, or maybe I can, you know, understand where this character is coming from. Danish start.
Yeah.
You can start.
Sure. Okay, so I told y'all this before, but I biked through New York a lot. Like when I was taking a lot of acting classes at the time, and I was in Ridgewood, Queens. I was biking from my apartment to Midtown Manhattan for classes, and then going from there to work. So I biked all around. So like trying to get from apartment to work and wherever else I need to be, like going through all the traffic and all the, how hard it is, and like just like getting through people and like being late and like not getting hit by cars. I can totally relate to all of that. So I really enjoyed biking.
Monica?
What I was able to relate to. Yeah. Okay. So I feel like Amal has like a lot under her skin, like where you just know when I read certain lines about this character, what she was saying, why she was saying it. Sometimes I felt that she meant so much with what she's trying to say, but she says it so easily because she has, it's just life has been so much more for her that everything else doesn't really matter because nothing really amounts to what she has been through, that everything else just seems so small. I don't know if that makes sense. And I also think like she's somebody who has a lot of energy and is just like a fireball, and you like the fire but you check it anyways. It burns, but whatever, that's life. Everything burns.
But I could see somehow like the character that we wrote is somehow like related to your personal life with the like how, because I follow you a lot on Instagram, and you're like always like having fun doing all those, like speaking bluntly about stuff. So like this is exactly what we are writing in Amal.
I mean, I'm a Gemini. I really feel like two people live inside my body, and anything that I had so many questions growing up, and I still do. And I just gave up asking questions because I had like so many questions. And in India, teachers used to hate me, man. They're like, oh my God, if yeah. So I relate to it. I just relate to it. I just think like Amal has a lot of stuff going beneath who she is, and I'm very excited to figure that out as I go forward.
Okay. And
yeah.
RJ, that is one of the most mysterious character.
No, based on what people have already seen on this show of my character, if I was to relate to any of it, then that would be pretty damn weird. Because if I was to say, oh no, there's nothing absolutely that I can relate to from what people have seen so far, then I would be lying. So I think that's really my answer. But no, I have not snorted lemon in the past. That's not something I've done. So every other thing I think pretty much. Oh yeah, and I don't like spill milk on the floor and expect my roommate to clean up after me. But but no,
नहीं पता.
sorry.
मैंने कहा कोई तुम्हारी स्टोरी को कोऑपरेट करने के लिए इधर है नहीं इस वक्त. Especially when it comes to your roommate.
I know, but I should at least try to put my best self out and say कि नहीं सब अच्छा है. But yeah, what I like about RJ's character, from what I've read about him, is his mystery keeps unfolding as the story itself unfolds, and probably in the future episodes it'll have a very different. I don't know what, but it could be different. I don't know. The thing is, he's something that I'm trying to discover and find out myself. But I like the mischievous and the sort of funny element of his life. So yeah, that's good.
Okay, and I think I would want to ask this fun question. It is, tell me a character that you would like or that you like other than your own character. Just tell me the character and why do you like this character. I hope you all have like seen all the 5 episodes so far, right? तो कोई ऐसा character जो stand out किया.
So you mean like pick a character from the series that is not your own?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I get it. Dawood, I think you had your hand up.
I'll go first.
Yeah.
My favorite character is RJ. Why I say that? Because I've had the opportunity of filming something with him that you haven't seen before.
No spoilers.
But, no, man, like when you just like have chemistry with somebody and you say something and you see the reaction. I filmed that scene in the hallway with him, and we were just like, and it just like it flew so well, and it was just like what was supposed to happen was happening. So it's fun. It was cool. You became my favorite character because we did that scene.
Thank you.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun to do that.
Okay, Dawood, you were saying?
Yeah, if I had a chance to play a character, it would be RJ. Also, दो reasons है. एक तो रीजन ये है ना कि आरजे तुम्हारी जो लाइंस है ना, I've actually hijacked your character. Simon knows that. मैंने थोड़ी देर पहले, मुझे साइमन ने मौका नहीं दिया था जब आपसे पूछ रहे थे आपके बारे में बोलने के लिए, तो
हाँ।
ये मैं मौका दूंगा. अच्छा, तो खैर बात ये है कि I've actually hijacked your character. साइमन भी इसको कह सकता है कि लिटरली ज्यादा से ज्यादा तुम्हारी लाइंस जो है ना वो मेरी तरफ से आती है, ज्यादा से
Thank you.
ज्यादा. और दूसरी चीज ये है कि यार वो पता नहीं स्कूल में होता था यार, वो ऐसे करके यार वो गेम होती थी ऐसे, वो पेपर का बनाते
वो नेम प्लेस नहीं, क्या था वो, समथिंग ऑफ दैट सॉर्ट, जो कलर डू
क्या
यू वांट
थे.
समथिंग ऑफ दैट.
फिर आप एक
Yeah.
कलर चूज करते थे, फिर अंदर नंबर्स लिखे होते थे.
यस.
आरजी का कैरेक्टर ऐसे है, लाइक तुमने उसको जिस दिन पे पकड़ लिया ना, तो फिर वो है. फिर उसके बाद वो दिन की जो सी टाइम पे है ना, वो चूज करो, अपनी एक नई चीज तुम्हारे सामने निकलती है. इतनी कम्प्लेक्सिटी है, क्योंकि फेस वैल्यू पे आप देखोगे आरजे पे, तो आरजे इज लाइक चिल करने वाला बंदा है, ये है वो है. पर जैसे आपने थोड़ी देर पहले बताया, राइट, आई मीन each time, you know, he comes on screen, something new unfolds about him. And चाहे वो insecurity है, तो चाहे वो superiority complex है, तो चाहे वो ज्ञान बांट रहा है, like whatever it is, वो एक नई चीज लगती है. और यही चीज मुझे आरजे की बहुत खूबसूरत लगती है. यमर बहुत डिप्रेस्ड है, सॉरी, आई वुड नेवर वांट टू बी हिम. तो Danish, it's just जो तुम्हारी क्रॉस है, it's just the cross you have to bear. तुम्हारा कैरेक्टर ऐसा है. Nobody wants to be you. Pack up and leave.
What's your
Just
favorite character, Danish?
Yeah, okay, so I really like the Uber driver character. When we were in the car, when Monica and I were in the car, we were just messing with him. No, seriously, I think his lines are really funny, and I like at the end of our scene at the river where he just comes out, he's like, "Hey, you guys coming to?" Like he's just so like irritated by us. I really liked hanging out with him, so I like his character.
I think I assume you were talking about the other Uber driver,
He's
the
not the Uber
Sardar.
driver, that's what I thought.
No, him too. You.
He has a liking for all the Uber drivers.
No, him too. I guess there's a thing. There's a thing with us and drivers. It's a recurring theme. Like all these crazy drivers. No, they're really. I mean, him too. Yeah, either of them. I think his lines are ridiculous and funny, and I really enjoyed hanging out with both of them. So either of the drivers.
Just so you know, we are not like branding any like company, Uber or anything. And that's why remember there is a scene when you have your rant in the car and you said, "Oh, मैं Uber में बैठा हुआ हूँ," you know, तुम्हारी वजह से Uber में तंग हूँ. So I have to like beep it out so that way we can't like, you know, brand Uber specifically.
Okay, that makes sense.
Amal ya Kawal ya jo bhi tera naam hai. I'm stuck in the because of you. You have no idea what I've been through today.
It wasn't an Uber. तुम्हें पता है बात ये है कि अमल एक नई ऐप इस्तेमाल कर रही है जिसका आपको नहीं पता. इस वजह से
ये तो नहीं इतना नहीं डीप जा रहा हूँ, इतना डीप ना
It's an
जा.
honest mistake and it's fine, but Uber पे नहीं आ बैठे. More times you wanted an Uber. Sorry to break your bubble. First you
It could have been Lyft. It could have been any other service, right? Taxi भी हो सकती थी.
इसके big apps आ चुके होंगे.
Unless Uber pays us, you know, we won't brand them, okay? Unless Uber sponsor करती है हमारी series को, तो then we can take that out.
पैसे दो sponsorship लो, पैसे दो sponsorship लो.
I really like that kid जो बैठ के drawing कर रहा है ना.
Hi.
And जिसकी बाइक नहीं, जिससे परमिशन ले रहा था दानिश की मैं ये बाइक ले जाऊं, तो I really like that character. Just kidding, but I think I really like Shakil. You know, it's a character that comes and just goes away in no time. But uski jo, I don't know, it's the way he talks, I guess, that was so quirky. And जिस तरह से वो ऐसे बैठा हुआ टेढ़े होके and he's like just harassing my good friend here. तो मुझे लगा कि चलो यार मेरा कोई साथीदार है जो who will keep up the good work जो मैंने शुरू किया है. So Yamar has to go through a lot of that, both inside and outside the house.
When I was like writing these characters, and you know, I would say I have particularly memories with all of the characters we have written, right? Like we have kind of like attached somewhat to all the characters that we have played, that we have written. And for example, like I remember, like when I was writing this scene with Yamar and his mom, right? Like I remember I was writing it in the subway station, train mein tha, and then when her mom is saying certain things to him, like I got emotional, man. Like I was like, this is how it feels like when nobody wants to listen to your story. Like how would I respond when if somebody don't care about what I feel, and especially if that's my mom. So I had like those memories with Jamar, and that was very strong memories. And then Amal, I feel like Amal ke साथ क्या था कि he could easily break ice with the strangers, right? And I barely get to see that in New York, especially because New Yorkers are very kind of like arrogant, or no, not all of them, obviously. Like they barely talk to each other, like.
मेरी बात है Simon, it's not good. Generalize नहीं करते.
चलो मैं ये काट दूंगा. फाइनल वीडियो में काट दूंगा, ठीक है?
Cultural sensitivity.
Okay,
Simon.
attitude. I would say New Yorkers have attitude problem. That we all agree with that, like, right?
ये भी नहीं बोलना.
Now you are in UK. You are in UK. You don't know. You don't know.
Politely बोलो जो बोलना चाहते हो, पर politely.
दाओ तुम न्यूयॉर्क आओ फिर मुझे बताना, ठीक है?
जितनी मर्जी है जो न्यूयॉर्क के लोग देखेंगे, पर उनको बुरा लगेगा.
Again, I'm saying
अमेरिका में तो किसी चीज पे भी सू कर देते हैं. शुक्र है मैं अमेरिका में नहीं.
I'm saying New Yorkers have attitude. Not all. I'm not generalizing it. I'm just saying like it's hard for me. Like you rarely see that interaction. Like somebody just talks to a stranger, even though she was drunk. Like.
बहुत excited थी, सारी रात सोई नहीं excitement में कि finally we just
very complex, and I feel like when I was writing her, I mean no spoilers, when I was writing that character, like she has like I had to relearn a lot of things about characters because these characters I can relate to, but a white character that I've not lived a life, like I haven't lived a white person's life, right, or their struggle. So writing that character, bringing it in, and hopefully you'll see there's a new character on the way. This is me just hyping it up so people can be like, oh, there's but yeah, I feel like that is my as a writer, that is my favorite character because it's so complex. Like there's so many things that I had to learn about the character. But anyways, moving on. The next question is, how was it like working on location on set, and if you had any expectations when you started working, or you started filming, and if there is any particular memory that stood out throughout the
ठंड दे
production.
ਵਿੱਚ ਮਾਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਠੰਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬ੍ਰੁਕਲਿਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਮਾਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ but like I was so happy. I was so happy the way that scene came out because I wanted to see how good of an actor I was. Like when Yummer's like sad, so when he was like cold and like was looking deadly like a zombie, he just he could get away with it, but I couldn't because that's not my personality. And it sucked the living hell out of me when I was doing that scene. It was so cold. But I was so proud of myself when I saw that play on the screen. I was like, wow, man, nobody can tell I was cold. Oh my God, I'm good. It was cold.
Somebody
But-
actually pointed me out, like when you were doing this scene jahan pe kaan band kiye hain, like your hands were red and your face was
Really?
yellow. Like somebody
I-
pointed out. I think we
'Cause I was
might
just
put
looking
that.
at my face, like if I could show, like if I was showing people if I was cold. I mean, my body was, but I was trying not to. So that was very intriguing to see yourself as an actor, like even overcome. Your body shows it, but you fighting what I was literally like fighting hypothermia over there. I was cold, but you couldn't, anybody who saw that couldn't really tell I was cold. So I was proud of that scene.
No, I'm proud of you guys too. That was hard. That was very challenging, and we pulled it
that
off.
was very hard scene, but it came out it was so worth it because of what was behind us, and it was worth it.
Danish, what's your? Please tell me you don't have the same memory.
I mean, I agree with Monica that okay, yeah, I really enjoyed that scene. Yeah, I definitely froze my face off there too, and having to fight that throughout. No, I mean, I just the set and the environment feeds the character. That's
Yeah.
to me, that's one of the best parts of filming at all. Like just being on set, like okay, here's what I see around me, these buildings, I'm with these people, and that's what feeds my delivery, just in a general sense. I also enjoyed the scene in the grocery store that we did. I enjoyed like because I had to carry these bags of atta and then like put it there, and then like Haji Sab is yelling at me. Then there's this employee, he's like offering me a shady way of getting out of poverty and stuff like. But I love that, and I love that there's a fan in the background like under, and then we had to talk above that. No, I mean I enjoy that because these are real things.
Yeah.
If I was actually an employee at the store, I have to overcome these things too. Like there's a bunch of merchandise around me to make sure it looks good. I can't hear my boss because like there's this fan, and then but like he's screaming at me anyways. But no, all of these things are helpful. Also enjoyed like the little nap that we took at the apartment, like the scene that we did with RJ and I.
That was like a 2-hour nap, right? But I think RJ took the nap. You didn't even take it.
I was gonna say that.
I think I napped briefly during his shots.
I was like literally doing method acting, if that's what the definition is. I was like, all right, tu mere upar aake blanket od de, kuch bhi kar. I am taking a nap now. That's for real. That's happening. But the moment that it's particularly memorable for me was snorting lemon juice a couple of times, like doing it at least 6 times. And that's not fun. Like, trust me. So
Spoiler, guys, don't try that at home, okay?
yes, do not try that. Yeah.
So, Daud, is there anything? I mean, you were not on set, but if there anything you enjoyed behind the scene about it?
Danish and Monica shooting the puking scene in front of the dumpster. वो सबसे अच्छा था यार. वो बहुत like literally each time I watch the thing, right, and मैं भी अपने आप को engage करता हूँ scene. I'm like, you know what, yeah, मुझे भी आ रही है, मुझे भी करना है, side पे हो जाओ. Like literally, I mean I get carried away, and I'm not that kind of person. Like मैं उल्टी देख के या खून देख के मैं बेहोश नहीं होता. But वो वाला scene always gets to me because maybe I'm connected to it or whatever. But वो मैं literally I'm like उधर खड़ा होता हूँ sidewalk पे, across the road आप लोगों को देखना और आप लोग उल्टियाँ कर, like हाय मेरा भी दिल कर रहा है, हाय मैंने भी कर रहा था. It's like,
so now you can imagine सारी weird thing हमारे show में इस बंदे के दिमाग से आ रही हैं. All the weird things are coming from this person.
कोई होना चाहिए ना.
पता नहीं अब क्या करवाएंगे.
I think मेरे लिए जो सबसे stand out memory थी ना, I feel like I remember episode 3 में एक scene था जब ending scene है मॉम और दानिश की conversation. I don't know, for some reason it's my favorite scenes because वो scene एक तो इतना authentic था. Danish was actually like, I don't know if a lot of people know, Danish was actually having tears in his eye. Like that was not, you know, वो होता नहीं, fake नहीं था. It was actual tears, and I don't know how he did that. And I feel like that was a surprise for me. Like I kept rolling and I didn't want to interrupt him because he was like so into that scene. उस scene के अंदर वो खो ही गया हुआ था. So I think for me it was amazing to see him live doing that. You know, that was a live performance. Guys, we're gonna take a break and then we'll come back and we'll read some YouTube comments. Our team would be reacting to those comments, and we'll also talk about predictions and what is next for part 2 and where this series would be going moving forward. I hope you liked the session, and if you did, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel. Also follow us on Instagram. The link is down below. Once again, thank you for your love and support. Keep sharing the work, keep supporting us. It helps us tremendously, and keep sending those beautiful comments. And that's it. I hope to see you in the next session.